Way too long. Way too long. Just holding this a little bit too long for my own liking. It needs to stay above $16. It's not. So I'll get it. I'll come back to that later. Oh, 6K up. Ah, easy come, easy go. That's what you get for being greedy. I'll be back in just a second for that. Well, easy come, easy go. Hey, Dunker's not seen you for around for a while. Well, no, not really. I was 6,000 up. I've just given back 4,000, so it's not really. But I am green, and that's the main thing. I got greedy at the top and went in a bigger size, so when it came down, I kind of lost out. But we'll see. Still got plenty of time. We shall keep an eye on the movement. We may get a bounce here on the VWAP. Good morning, Steve. Hope you're well. Yeah, I was over goal. I mean, I got to like 6,900. I think it was something like that. You'll be able to see on the replay tonight, as I recorded it. but should have got out here. Instead, I actually added to my position for a bounce on the 20, and that didn't go my way either. So yeah, it happens. Is this a bear rally? It absolutely is, Jedi. Afternoon, Alistair. Be hushed, you. Be quiet. Absolutely. Let's take a quick look at the S&P 500. It's on the 15-minute. You'll see it better. So we had the rally yesterday. Huge rally yesterday, finishing like 3% up on the day. Then we've gapped up and we're making higher highs. A little bit of a, I hope this is not kind of a head and shoulders, but a little bit of a peak, and then we're moving back up again. So yes, it's a bear market rally. Got a long way to go before we actually get out of the. We've got a bit of a gap to fill. If you look at on the daily, for example, there's a gap here. Below 373.44 on the SPY. So if we get up to 374, it'll fill this gap, and then we can potentially make a little bit more of a move up to 375 or something. Finger selling off. I was looking at that earlier, but it seems to be selling off. Below the VWAP. Finger motion. Well, there's no rush, Alistair. The market's still going to be here when everything's ready for you. That seems to be the way, Jedi. Maybe it would be kind of a bear flag on the. Let's have a look at the SPY again. Yeah, it could be a bear flag on the SPY, a bit of a bull trap on the daily. Let's see. As soon as we start getting, as soon as we start to look at, I did say we're going to get a bounce on the VWAP here. It's done exactly that, bounced on the VWAP. Should have taken a position for a bounce on the VWAP. Hey Matt, how we doing? Hey, we're all the crowd's here. Good morning, Phil, or afternoon rather, as it is now. A long weekend. Well, it is Tuesday, so yeah. Whereabouts in Spain were you, Phil? I used to live in Spain, so whereabouts? Well, you weren't in on the Costa del Crime. I mean, Sol. Javier. Nice. Good morning, T-Box. Whoa. What the just happened then? Did everybody else see that, or was that just me? I think that was just a I think that was just I'm hoping that was just an algorithmic spike. Hey, Captain. Well, it can't flush out the stops pre-market, Dave. There are none. Stops won't execute pre-market. What do we know? So I'm just gonna break of the $250 there. Just take 2,500. Look for the move up. I don't like these 20. The range on the spreads. It's kind of very rangy. As much as 30 cents on some occasions. So just bear that in mind when you're if you're trading this. Bear that in mind if you're thinking about your risk. Because you're not going to get a 10-cent risk or a 20-cent risk on this if the stops are 30. Right now, the 5, so that's what I'm saying, there's fluctuating in the spreads. I don't mind a 3-cent spread on the way up. Oh yeah, you have stops. The stops in the wider market definitely. If you highly volatile market, you want stops in place. I mean, you've obviously in the open market, you've got the volatility halts as well, which I don't think. I think that was just market makers, cleaning the book from yesterday. You can actually, you can set the script so that you place your order and it hides it if you want to. So, but if you've got your stop, there's going to be other people with their stops. So I don't see any real point in hiding your orders personally. Do you really think your little retail account is going to make a huge difference? Probably not. It's the big bears and the big bulls that really make the difference. The whales that are trading. But remember to smash the screen with your finger. Tap the screen with your finger at least 10 times. Get the like count up. Helps with the TikTok algorithm. If you're on YouTube, make sure you've hit the thumbs up button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Just the more interactive the stream is, the more engaged, then the more people it pushes it out to. So just do me a favour and hit the thumbs up button on YouTube, or where were bets before? Yeah, 1560. VWAP. That's what I'm waiting for. Is 63. Yeah, you can overcomplicate your scripts. The best, KISS is the rule of thumb, isn't it? Keep it simple, stupid. I'm not watching Apple just right now, T-Box. I'll take a look at it for you in a moment, but I'm not watching it right now. We're in with Avenue Therapeutics, ATXI. Moved up big over the last week. That's 163. For a bounce on the VWAP. Hey, Zelroti. Tamimi. Good to see you. Locking in the gains. 1620 is my exit. 2,500 in gains already. I was 6,000 up, so I'm kicking myself for giving it back, but I thought, let's see if we can't do something here. I wanted that to move up, not down. Bit of pressure, bit of selling pressure up there. I'll just take some off there, why not? Lock in the gains. Nobody goes broke taking profits. What they say. Looking for another move up. Try 17 this time. Be nice. Heraclean selling off, Dave. It's way below the VWAP. We're at 390 right now. How do I know? Well, it's on my watch list charts. I'm just going to get out if this gets below my break even there. I'll always get back in later. Let's get out there. 2600. So we're up to 2600, but that little move got us another 1,000. So we were 1600 and now 2600. Look, small, what is it called? Base hits. That's the important thing. Ah, look, cabinets. Adea, not. It's not a watch for me. It moved up, and it was. There's a catalyst there for it, but it moved up to $18. Again, low volume, low liquidity, $18, sold off, lost all of its gains. So it was around 1750, 1790 when it moved up before it pumped. It pumped up and then sold off again. So it's way below the VWAP. It's got low volume. It's looking very weak. If you're in at 790 right now, I would call it quits. The VWAP's up at 940, but not financial advice, not a financial advisor. But if you're in at 716, I'd take some profits and lock in some gains right now at 765, because that looks very much like, you know, classic pump and dump type pattern. Moves up, then down very, very quickly. So. As for Heraclean, my old friend Heraclean, so this is Heraclean on the 1 minute. If I put it on the 15 minute, you'll see what I'm talking about. Moved up on the merger news, and then it kind of consolidated as it pulled back, and it's selling off now. So for me, there's no trade with Heraclean unless it gets back over 450. I mean, that's a whole dollar. Well, that's 70 cents away, but still, you're looking for good trades. Right, Apple. Someone asked me what the resistance was on Apple. The problem with Apple is it follows the market, and it's up today. So in terms of resistance, we've got resistance up at 146, kind of 146 on the daily, 146.72. So 147, 146, it's the $0.75 level. 146 there's a resistance there. We've got resistance, well, formerly support at 145. which will act as resistance. It will support us quite a few times. So 145, 146. That's where I'm seeing resistance now. So 145, 50. So the quarter, half, and whole dollars. Half and whole dollars, not so much the quarter, but quarter, half, and whole dollars tend to be psychological levels. So just bear those in mind. Kind of a little bit, look at this on the 5 minutes, it's looking very double topish. Just bear with me 1 moment, I'm going to need to take this. Didn't get round to taking that. I know that who it was. It was the vet with the results from my dog's tests this morning. I'll leave a message and I'll pick that up later. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying about ATXI, very double topish looking right now. So I'll wait for this pullback to consolidate. So very much a double top type formation, which is very bearish. This could come back, break the VWAP and come back as low as $15, possibly. So I'll wait for it to start looking more bullish again on the higher time frames. Okay, let's have a look at PLTK. That's hitting the scanners. Is that on? That's just popped up, very low volume. I want to see why it's popping up though, and if there is a catalyst. Playtika Holdings. Okay, so Playtika announces preliminary results of previously announced tender offer. Not really something you can trade. Have a look at Aeroclean. Did you ever? So it's too low volume at the minute as well, Aeroclean. So whilst it's below the VWAP and it's coming, you know, bearish trending, it's also low volume. So you don't want to be trading that. If it gets over $4, maybe over the VWAP 420, it could definitely be of interest. But that's kind of where I would be watching Aeroclean for the move back up. Finger motion, similar scenario. It's below the VWAP, it's downwards trending. 850 maybe is where I'll probably be watching this again. ATXI would look for another potential bounce on the VWAP. We've had a couple of VWAP bounces here, but I'm also conscious of that double top. So next candle to make a new high. Let me know what you're watching. Let me know what you're trading. Let me know what you're watching. If there's something that I've not spoke about and you want me to take a look at it, I'll put it up on the chart. Let me know. No, it is quite simply is if you're feeling a little bit nervous about sizing up, you're probably already trading too big. So the whole point, and it takes a while. You will over time, you'll get to a point where you're comfortable sizing up. But the priority should be growing your small account first. if you size up too early, you'll get a big if you get if you size up too early, the nerves will kick in, the emotions will kick in, and you'll end up getting a big loss. So my advice is stick to your strategy, stick to trading small until you're ready, and the emotions, you're no longer feeling the emotions of trading with the small size. Then scale up slightly. So let's say you're trading in a $2,000 account, and your average gain, your average risk is like $50, or to make 100, or $25 to make 50. Once you're comfortable with that, and it's no longer prompting the emotions, if your heart's racing, you're trading too big. If you get into a point where you're comfortable, you're making consistent gains, and you're comfortable then you can scale up, and you can go from 50 to 75, for example, or 50 to 100 in terms of your risk or whatever. Just scale up small. If you're making like 600 to 700 a day, that's good gains. It's 500. Let's say $500 a day is a six-figure income. Just put that into consideration. If you're struggling financially on a six-figure income, I'm sorry, but you need to take a look at your lifestyle. Until you're ready to scale up, you need to make some sacrifices. And it's the same with anything. If you start your own small business, you have to look at your own lifestyle. You have to scale back some of the comforts just so that you can afford your lifestyle. If you're doing well, and I'm saying $500, $600, $700 a day is a good income from day trading. It's a six-figure income on average. So if you're able to do that and you're still struggling financially, you need to take a good look at your lifestyle and say, okay, where can I cut some corners here? Because the likelihood is you're trading above your means. You're living above your means. So cut back on your lifestyle first and foremost until you're able to go back to it. It's the same way, exactly the same mentality as if you just started your own small business. You need to tighten your belt, scrimp and save a bit, grow your account until a point that you can actually say, okay, well, I'm no longer doing $500, $600, $700 a day. I'm doing $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a day, and then you can afford that lavish lifestyle that you did have previously. Yeah, well, exactly, Eddie. $50 a day to begin with. That's $250 a week. That's $1,000 a month extra from whatever you're living off. That's fine. It works out well. I mean, you think the average industrial wage in the Western industrial nations is less than $35,000 a year. So if you're earning $600 a day, $500 a day, $600 a day, you're in that top 5% of all earners. And if you take it globally, you're in the top 1%. Just putting it into perspective. There is a stigma attached to earning six figures. And if you're earning six figures, you are one of the top earners. But people think, particularly women with high expectations, they think that everybody should be earning six figures, and the majority of people are not. The majority of people are struggling to earn, 30 grand a year, 40 grand a year. So just bear that in mind, and just temper your expectations. If you're looking at trading full time, like I did, I gave up a six-figure job, and I had to dip into my reserves after blowing up my account a couple of times. And I actually started interviewing for going back to during the lockdown process. I started interviewing for going back to work and doing a 9-to-5 again. I've got a very good reputation in the field that I came from. I received two very good offers, handsome offers, just at the time I turned the corner and started being profitable. So I turned those six-figure salary offers down to continue with my trading because I turned that corner. But if you're consistently profitable, scaling up is okay. If you're nervous about scaling up, then just continue trading at where you're at for now. If you're nervous about trading where you're at now, then pare it back a little bit. The emotional aspect of trading is one of the most difficult obstacles to overcome. But absolutely, Eddie, the market has a the market has a fantastic way of humbling you. As soon as you think you've got it cracked, it comes back and humbles you. And people who've been a regular to my channel will see it does it to me on a regular basis. Just as I get cocky and I get the greediest, when I go into a position, I've got 20,000 shares, 25,000 shares in a position, it'll go against me, and I'll have a big red day, and because I get cocky. And overconfident, and that happens to the majority of traders, is that when you are the greediest, that's when the market turns on you and humbles you. So just be careful with that. Okay, so Gerard, realistic initial investment costs. So what I say, it's going to cost you about between $300 and $500 a month in subscription fees and charges and whatnot, platform fees, data fees, subscriptions to various other things. I'd say between $300 and $500 a month. Then you're going to need your equity investment, and I would recommend a minimum of $5,000. If you've not got, you can do it with less, but your expectations need to be less. Okay. But I would say $5,000 is a realistic minimum investment from an equity position. The more you've got, the more likelihood you are of being able to be profitable. If you can start with a $30,000 account, you'll have no problems making, you should have no problem, with the right strategy, of course, you have no problems making $500 a day. If you've got a $3,000 account, it's a lot more difficult to make $500 a day. So you've got to be realistic in your expectations. And it's what I would say is you don't invest into the market any more than you can afford to lose. If you're putting next week's rent money onto the market thinking that you're going to double it, go to the casino, because that's the mentality you're approaching it with. The markets can turn against you very, very quickly. The object is to manage your risk accordingly, so that when because they always turn against you. A trade will turn against you, a stock will turn against you, the markets will turn against you. It always does. But if you manage your risk accordingly, then you won't get caught. You'll make money and you won't lose all the same thing. So I just made $6,000 in the first 8 minutes of trading this morning, and I'm now at $2,600. So to put that into context, and that is exactly what happens. So everybody goes through that process. You know, some trades are winners, some trades are losers. My average at the moment is I'm winning, I'm gaining. So just be careful. If you're interested in spending time educating yourself, jump into come join our Day Trade with Tony community. There's a course that you can learn how to trade from me, my mentorship. You get access to the Discord. Check out the link tree in my profile, Gerard. It's a very affordable course. It's not one of these thousands of dollar courses that don't give you anything. You get private mentorship or personal mentorship directly from me. You will get access to the private Discord. You get the full content from the Day Trade with Tony course, and all the, well, not all of them, but the key fundamental strategies and methodologies that I use to be consistently profitable. So now Aeroclean's making a move. Now I want to see Aeroclean above, because I like Aeroclean. I took over $100,000 out of Aeroclean in was it June or July? June, I think, Aeroclean, wasn't it? June, it was, yeah. It moved up from, on the first day, it moved up from a $2 stock, $2.40. In the space of a couple of weeks, it went all the way up to being a $23 stock. $23.70 was the peak, I think. That was back in June, yeah. So Aeroclean, that first couple of weeks of Aeroclean was like gold for me. You're wondering what that noise is? There's some people having some work done in the building. I don't know what it is about this building. It's just reverberating through the whole building. So thank you for your patience if it is annoying, because it's annoying the hell out of me. Yeah, I'll take a look at that one for you, Anthony. So, Ra Medical popped up to 830s, consolidating a nice pullback. I just want to check the so it breaks. It gets back up to 830. I might be interested in this one. Well, let me just see if I've got any. Yeah, I've got margin on that one. Okay, Catheter Precision files a method of use patent applications for its Vivo technology. So that's what this is. Patent catalyst. It is. It's a very small flow. It's extremely shorted. Extremely shorted. This is like 220% shorted. So this could move. This really could move. Just put this on your watch list, Ahmed, because this could move. It's 220% shorted. That's a ridiculous amount of short interest. Keep an eye on that one. 200% short interest. Remember how Tough Built moved? How Bed Bath and Beyond moved? They had less. How GameStop moved? That had less short interest. Oh, guys, let me know if there's something moving that I'm not seeing. Finger motion. No, I'm not going to put Tesla on my watch list today. I don't day trade those kind of high cap stocks. I might swing trade Tesla. I was actually looking at Amazon, but I want to. The thing is, I want to see what's going to happen with this Twitter court case, because that will directly affect Tesla. I believe. My own personal opinion, not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. Don't sue me. But I think if you let's have a quick look at Tesla whilst we're on the subject of Tesla. We've got the court case this month, and we've had all the production issues with Tesla. It's gapping up today, but I want to see, before I go kind of swinging and long-term investing more with Tesla, I just want to see what happens with Elon's court case over Twitter. Because from my understanding, he's going to be hit with a huge bill. Whether he actually ends up going through with buying Twitter, which I doubt, or whether he pays the fine that's going to be, well, it's written into the contract that he signed. And when he waived that due diligence for the acquisition of Twitter, he kind of tied himself up into knots. But hey, it's Elon. He's Teflon, isn't he? So let's see how he gets out of it. Okay, so I'm using the platform I'm using is DAS Trader Pro, DAS. It's direct access, so it's an acronym. It's direct access software. It's provided by. It works with a lot of brokers, but mine's provided by my broker, which is Capital Markets Elite Group. Now, if you, depending on which broker you're with, if it's one of the free brokers, then they will, like an eToro or a 212 or something like that, they might not carry the full order book. If it's a broker that's carrying multiple markets as well, they might not carry the full order book, so just be wary of that. You'll not get the full order book on a Revolut or any of these apps. They'll only carry a subset, and if it's a cross-platform trading app that you're using that allows you to trade crypto and futures and equities and forex and everything else, first and foremost, it's crap. Get off it, and secondly, it's not going to carry the full order book either. So yeah, so Timothy, I'm with Capital Markets Elite Group, and they carry the full order book. I get the feeds direct from the market into the platform, which is Dash Trader. So if it's on the Nasdaq or the NYSE, I can trade it. Tesla, it's below the VWAP. It's been rejected at the VWAP a couple of times since it broke it, but if it gets above 250, it might be bullish. The wider market is below the VWAP as well. We've got a bit of a double top on the M pattern on the 5 minute, which is kind of bearish. So it needs to get back above 373. Another dollar move on this S&P 500, on the SPY ETF. So how long have we got? We've got 40 minutes. Finger motion. Testing the VWAP again. Needs to hold. Needs to get above the VWAP and hold this time. It's downwards trending. It has been for the last couple of hours. But it moved huge amounts yesterday. What causes an OTC stock to jump from 40 cents to $8 in a rapid rate? That's a very good question. It's usually a catalyst. So let's just say we've got a stock that is a bioscience stock, and it's trading at, let's say, 50 cents. Nice round number, 50 cents. And they get approved or granted a patent for a new product, a new drug that they're testing, and they get the patent granted. That then could put them on alert for acquisition. It could put them on alert for cornering a market. There's a number of different things that could then trigger. So depending on how the market then receives that, the stock price can soar. And then, of course, you get the snowball effect. People start seeing the stock price soaring. They see the catalyst. More people join the party. And if it's a low float stock, what I mean by that is it's not got huge amounts of shares that are on the stock exchange to be traded. If it's a low float stock, then all of these people trading it increases the liquidity. So more people want to buy it. That means the float gets recycled and it pushes the price up. And I've seen stocks move from kind of 850% on the day, intraday, as recently as this year. And I managed to trade that on that basis. So it's one of the reasons I like to trade the low float stocks. What I would say with that is, if it's a stock that's a company that's struggling to make money conventionally, when they get one of those catalysts that pushes the price, skyrockets the price, and makes it go parabolic, it's not uncommon for them to crash the price by announcing a secondary or a tertiary offering. So it basically diluting the flow, diluting the shares. So that they put another, let's say it's a 1.5 million float stock, and it moves up 300% on the day. It wouldn't be uncommon for the company then, because they've got riddled with debt, they've just got this catalyst, then they'll go to market and issue a secondary offering and release another 1 million shares, making it a 2.5 million float stock. So everybody then jumps ship, and the stock price crashes. But it's too late then, because the company has released their offering, and they've made money on it. So they're trying to make money on the stock market rather than the primary business. So just be careful with all of these crappy garbage companies that we're trading. Hey, trading video, good to see you. So we're getting sober. Well, say we're getting sober safe. Sober safe, still breaking highs. Hey Andreas, welcome to the channel. Yeah, I saw finger of fudge slipping. like I said, it's got to get over the VWAP, and it's getting rejected at the VWAP. It's trying to get over, but it's not actually making it past. So it's been doing that since, well, since about 7 o'clock this morning. It's rejected at the VWAP every time. 7 o'clock market time, that is. Hey Puno, good to see you again. Anybody else seeing anything? Hey Miami, good to see you. You're always welcome. What's going on with inbox? I've traded this before. Too many support lines. Okay, so what's going on with this one? Let's have a look. Popped up, low volume. So I'm not saying trade this. I'm not saying that this is a good pick. I don't give picks, but it's very low volume. I'm just looking what the catalyst is for that move. It's quite a substantial move. It's a 30 odd percent pop up. Company announced that based on discussions with the FDA, there is potential to pursue an accelerated approval in the US for Imbrox 101. Right, okay. So that was at the bottom of the hour. That came out. Imbrox, Ebrox announces opportunity for accelerated approval pathway on functional AAT serum levels for Imbrox 101 in AATD and announces bronchoalveolar fluid detection results from phase 1 study. Don't tell me I've not pronounced that right. I know I've not pronounced that right. I'm not a doctor. Go and look it up yourself. That's the catalyst. It's just under 24 million in the float. That deserves its place on the watch list. It's very low volume at the moment, but with that catalyst, I totally agree with you, Neville. Looking for the greens. Let's get some greens. We've got ATXI. Finger motions pulling back a little bit. We've got Aero Clean. Knee bricks. That's pretty much it right now. don't like that. There's no margin on it. I'm not getting margin on e-bricks, so I probably won't trade it. It's more expensive stock, and I'm not quite at the large account size yet, so I probably won't trade that. Definitely not on this volume, but the fact I'm getting no margin on it doesn't help. So I'll keep an eye on it. If it moves big, then it's something that we can potentially look at. See, that there we go on the 5-minute ATXI, this double top. I was right, bearish pattern. Look, those people that say technical analysis doesn't work, filthy quant, I'm talking about you. You don't know what you're talking about. Double top, well, you can, however you want to read this, if you want. I say, see, this is the end pattern, double top, and then the sell-off. Some people might say that's a shoulder, that's a head, and that's another shoulder sell-off. Either way, it's bearish. We need that to come back. So if that gets back above $15.50, $16, yeah, interested. Otherwise, we need to the patterns to set up for that to come back. But it's amazing how when you start seeing these patterns, you see them everywhere, and they can be so reliable. Ahmed, no, it's not. It's not an IPO. RAM Medical is. Actually, it's not that. It's not looking as great as I thought it was. It's down at 790. Well, that's it. And if you think about, so I'm saying if you approach the markets with a gambling mentality, it's going to treat you like a casino does, and it's going to take your money. I say that all the time. What I would rather you approach it with is with a casino mentality, and you take the market's money. And the way a casino works is it's enhanced probabilities. And if you can get an edge on the market by using enhanced probabilities, that's how you're going to make money. That's how a casino works, and punters lose, and that's how the hedge funds make money, and that's how you should be approaching it. You need to be looking for your edge on the market based on whether it's patterns or whether it's probabilities or whatever your edge is. I'm a pattern breakout trader. My strategy revolves around patterns. It revolves around the reliability, the volume, the volatility, all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, get your edge and trade with an edge, and don't deviate from it. Because as soon as you deviate from your strategy that's got an edge, what you're basically doing is you're giving the edge back to the market, and you're reversing it around. So it's like if you're a casino, it's like taking off the zeros off the roulette wheel. You've lost your edge, so you can end up losing your shirt. You'll end up losing long term if you've got no edge. That's why the zeros are on the roulette wheel. Yeah. So the reason that RAM Medical is a patent filing. The reason RAM Medical Systems is moving up. So who was it's Andreas? That's who's Andreas. So yeah, and everybody listen to Chesty. Everybody on YouTube listen to Chesty. Yeah, just hit the thumbs up button. Really appreciate it if you do. Don't ask for much. I'm giving you gold for free here, guys. So the least you could do is hit that thumbs up button on the YouTube. No, the ATXI is looking a bit bearish right now, but that's not to say it won't change. It won't change in 25 minutes. That's at the moment. You know, we might get a double bottom form here on a 200 EMA, and then it moons and hits 17. So it's all a moment in time. The sentiment changes from moment to moment as well. So just bear that in mind. Well, take a look at Cal for your cabinets. But what I would say is, if you're looking at the RSI, totally get that It might be oversold. But never base a trade or an entry based on whether it's oversold or overbought in the RSI. It's a lagging indicator, and you should never base an entry on a lagging indicator. There are only two indicators that are leading indicators. That's your price action and your volume. So look for confirmation. If it's oversold, you want to be looking for, confirmation that you're going to get a bounce. Don't just jump in because it's oversold, thinking that you're going to get a bounce, because guess what? You buy the dip and it dips some more. So you buy the new dip and it dips some more, and that's how you go broke. Where are we on the like count on TikTok? Matt? That's what I was going to ask, Alistair. Where are we on the likes on the TikTok? What's that? With this new TikTok studio, I can't see the like count. .1. Miyako, would like a treat? Come on. Have you woke up yet? So the vet is normally it's a car ride, but I decided to take her for a walk instead. So we walked. It's about 40 minutes away. Oh, here you go. You got to stand up for it. You know the rules. Good girl. Can have another one if we get to 5,000. So I took her for a walk this morning. It took me 40 minutes, no, just over 45 minutes to get there, and then 40 minutes back. So she was absolutely shattered. It was, she sounded like coming up the stairs as well for the apartment. It was, she sounded like an asthmatic dragon with the way she was breathing. Look, if I was getting 3.1 million likes on my live streams, Alistair, I would be I wouldn't need to trade. So yeah, this if I'm looking at on the hourly, this is massive. It is massively oversold, but I'm not seeing the bounce right now just yet. Look at it on the 15-minute. We've got no 15-minute candle has made a new high, so I wouldn't get back in this unless it gets over kind of 750. Get back, it gets above the VWAP. Then a good rule of thumb: if you're trading intraday, use the best intraday trading indicator. It's a lagging indicator, but what's great about it is it's very, very powerful for intraday trading. It's called the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. In this one with Calvista Pharma, the VWAP's up here. What the VWAP essentially tells you, because it's weighted towards the volume of shares traded and the price, which are the only two leading indicators. So the VWAP is very powerful for that very reason. But if a stock is trending below the VWAP, if all the candle formations are opening and closing below the VWAP, it's trending downwards. Don't take a long position on a stock that's trending downwards below the VWAP unless you see clear signs of reversal. Likewise, if the stock is above the VWAP and all the price action is taken above the VWAP, it's trending upwards. So don't take a short position unless you're seeing a clear sign of reversal. So that's a good rule of thumb to follow when it comes to intraday trading. Now, swing trading is slightly different. You get a bit more involved in the fundamentals, and certainly if you're looking at value investing, then the VWAP's it's completely null and void. It's only really good for intraday trading. So the relative strength, actually, Anthony, there's in YouTube, rather than me doing that, there's actually a mini tutorial in the YouTube. So go into my there's one of my playlists, and it's all about the relative strength index or RSI. So it's about 10 minutes long, whatever it is, but it's really intuitive. So go and check that out, and it'll tell you all about, in lay terms, all about the RSI. It's in the Learn to Trade playlist. If you want me to put the link up, I can do that. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just do that right now for you. Here you go, Anthony. Go and check this video out. That will give you everything that you need to know about the RSI from in lay terms. I do cover it. I don't know if you got through. I know you went through the course, but there was a section on RSI on the course as well, Anthony. So if you've still got access to that, check that out as well, because I do use the RSI or when I'm trading reversal patterns. So error clean's above the VWAP now. So now error clean becomes a little bit more interesting if it can hold above the VWAP. So going back to what I was just saying about intraday, the VWAP's a great intraday trend indicator. So if the error clean gets back above the VWAP and holds, it means it's now switching from bearish momentum to bullish momentum. And if you're long biased like I am, you have a better chance of having sustained breakouts to the upside if it's trading above the VWAP. So that's what I'm looking for with error clean now, to break and sustain above the VWAP. That's not me passing wind, trust me. That's the people 2 floors down refurbishing their apartment. I think they're trying to knock the whole bloody building down, but there you go. Well, I have to say, we've got 15 minutes to the bell. We're in a stronger position than we were yesterday coming into the bell. So we finished with about 6,100 yesterday. We traded for literally half an hour yesterday. I took our first trade at 20 past 2 my time, so 20 past 9 market time, and we were done by 9:50. So literally half an hour, and we did 6K yesterday. So hopefully we'll have a similar day. And I didn't trade the rest of the day yesterday, and that it's great when you do that. That first hour, if you can get if you get to goal within the first hour of the market, great. Go and do whatever you do the rest of the day. Go fishing, playing golf, down the gym, singing sweet nothings to your loved ones, whatever it is that makes you happy. You don't have to be sat in front of the screens. Once you've got to goal, you've reached your goal. You don't have to sit around and then give it back. Be wary of overstaying your welcome in the market once you've got green in particular. So rejected at the VWAP. Aeroplane, as you can see, needs to. If you've got to go long on, if you're hoping to go long on something, like I say, don't go long on something underneath the VWAP unless you see those clear signs of reversal. And on the higher time frames, Aeroplane isn't showing a clear sign of reversal. If you look at it on the, not really getting the kind of breakouts on this on the 15-minute on the hourly. It's just a continuation of red. So not really getting the reversal signals just yet. And I always look to the higher time frames for confirmation. So I've got, right now, at any one time, I've got 5 time frames open on any ticket that I'm considering trading. And I'm looking for, I'll trade the 5, the 1, or the 2 minute, depending on the pattern, but I'm constantly looking for confirmation on higher time frames. I'm looking at confirmation on other time frames as well for the momentum. So I don't get, ideally, so I don't get faked out. Yeah, I wasn't enamored with Posh as a potential. It's an acquisition, I believe, off the top of my head. Poshmark, Eddie. So it moved up, and yeah, it's a some I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's an acquisition that's going through. There's been agreed to sell. I don't know if it's a tender or an acquisition, but let me just check Benzinga for the actual wording. But it's an acquisition, which is why it's barcoding right now. It's good volume because somebody's buying up all the shares. That's why. So Posh. Okay. So Posh shares are trading higher after Navar announced it will acquire the company for $17.90 per share in cash. So you're not going to get, there might be 30 cents that you're getting there, but you're not going to get much more than that. So that's Posh. It's an acquisition. Finger motion. Right now, it's consolidating sideways below the VWAP. As long as it's below the VWAP, it's weak. It needs to get back above the VWAP. Currently, the VWAP is 826, 827. So if it gets back above the $0.25 on the 1 minute, that's really what I'll be looking at. 826 on the 5 minute. So yeah, it's looking it's selling off. It gapped up huge amounts. Most of that was towards the end of day. Then it sold off, and it's just continuing to sell off now. So I'm not saying it's not done, but right now it's looking weak. It's downwards trending. So again, look to the VWAP. If it's downwards trending, it's usually something better to short. I've got no margin leverage on this one anyway. So I was able to trade it when it was when it was smaller price yesterday, but there's no margin leverage on it today. Okay. And it's 27 million, almost 27 million float as well. Why are we sitting in silence? My music's gone off. Thank you for that, Edison. And Vitae, it's low volume, so can't really trade that. It's spiked up, but it's low volume. I'll show you the chart. No problem at all. Aeroclean. There's a merger going on with Aeroclean. So again, this is it rejected at the VWAP, but it popped up on rumours of a merger. So that's why Aeroclean's gapping up. But it's I say gapping up. It's 70 cents now. It moved up to over $5 yesterday, 5.05 after hours yesterday when the news broke. But it's been selling off ever since. So Aeroclean, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it move, but we'll see. Not at all, Jack. I don't know. Unfortunately, no. Actually, tell a lie. TOS. That's not bad. I don't mind TOS. I think TOS is not a bad platform. From a web-based platform, I think TOS is probably one of the best, if not the best, out there. The rest, most of them are hit and miss. You're better off with an application, with a dedicated application. But just my opinion. I'll take a look at Connector Sports. It's a penny stock that Cabinet wants to take a look at. This has just moved up. Quick pop up. It was very low volume. It's just the volume's just flooded in. I don't know what the catalyst is. I'll tell you in just a second. I'll just have a look on Benzinga. CNXA is the ticker. So if you bear with me one moment. CNXA, Connector Sports Techs, and no catalyst. I'm not seeing any news catalyst for Connector. Why it just moved from 40 cents to 70 cents, I don't know. It's a 6 million float, and it's not very shorted, so just be wary of potential manipulations there. It's pulling back now, so if this continues to sell off, it could have been very much a quick pump and dump or whatever, you know. So we've got 3 minutes to the bell. There's no point taking a trade just now. I think what we're looking for now. Do I use level 2 when starting the position? Do I consult level 2? Yes. But do I use level 2? Do I gauge my entries and exits on level 2? Probably not. I'll look for level 2 in terms of if there are any support or resistance walls. If I'm coming up to a resistance level, normally I'll be looking at the price action. I'll be looking at the charts anyway. But if I'm coming up to resistance level, I can see that on the level 2. I might wait for the break as opposed to getting in on that level, depending on if I see any big sellers at that level or just above that level. So if it's the whole dollar, for example, get rid of that. If it's the whole dollar and I see a big seller at the whole dollar plus 2 cents, I might wait for the break of the whole dollar. So we've got 2 minutes, well, 1 minute left until the bell. There's nothing really jumping out at this moment in time, so we'll just wait. Look, we've got a nice push in on the day. We can afford to be patient and wait for the right setup. So now, what I would do, I'm going to change the scanners over anyway. What I would suggest to everybody is patience is one of your biggest weapons for profitable day trading. If you can be patient and just wait for the right setups, you only need one stock. And there's usually at least one stock move. So it might be moved in the first hour, it might move over lunchtime, it might move in power hour. If you can be patient and wait for that one setup that's going to give you 40, 50, 60 cents, and you can be able to take a reasonable size, you can hit your goal every single day, just by one stock. So just bear that in mind, guys. Be very careful chasing things for the sake of it. There is the bell. There's the open. So the high resistance for 416. That's up here. 416 is the level that I'm watching there on Aeroclean. I'll put a nice little horizontal at 416 so we can see. TXI selling. The S&P 500 trying to go up, make a move northwards. So let's have a quick look at this SPY. Trying to make a move northwards, bit of selling pressure. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ. It's faring slightly better. Russell Index, that's looking a lot stronger as well. So the markets are looking, trying to get bullish. So the Russell breaking pre-market highs right now. Finger selling off. Finger motion. Oh, ATXI. What did Inbox do? And Hebrix sold off. So right now, we don't have to do anything. Finger motion seems to be the one trying to. No, it's actually not. That's selling off. So Aeroclean trying to get above the VWAP again, rejected. So let's. I was just about to refresh that. It's doing it on its own. So we've had our first halt, Neon. It's the low volume. There's no trade there, so we can't get that one. No trade, not enough volume. Even if it resumes. And it's looking like it's going to have a 50 cent resumption. So 445 resumption. It's 397 right now. So that could be one to watch, Neon. If it does get some volume coming, that's a big gap up. So if it gets continuation off that gap up, you'll know about it. It'll hit the scanners. But just keep an eye on that. It needs good volume. I'll take a look at BTBT. Or BTB. Bit brother. What about the other crypto mining stocks. This is the ones that are actually I can trade because they're above my floor. So Marathon Digital up at $12. That's 9%, nearly 9% up on the day. What about Riot Blockchain? Yeah, that's up as well. So that's not up as much, but they're trying to make moves upwards. So the crypto mining stocks seem to be having a bit of a resurgence. So we've got a high up here, 1675. I have yeah, that's 1680. ATXI, bit of a sell-off, and then a huge pump above the VWAP. I want to see it hold the VWAP and then another move back up. So my entry is the $0.50. Whoop. Oh, missed it. I want to see this break the $0.50. I'm not getting the quick move that I was expecting there, but just watching it. And the pullback. So wait for the pullback to conclude. Aeroclean did get up above the VWAP. So there you go. There was a bit of a fake out. The $0.50 didn't break above it. I was glad I didn't get filled. But look at that massive sell-off. It's worthwhile. It's worthwhile sometimes just waiting and watching the opening range, the opening range form. Because a lot of people would have looked at that for the break of the $0.50 and got in after the bounce on the VWAP. The break the VWAP, tested its support, the move up, key level the $0.50, break above it. Great. We're going to go parabolic, and then it flushes like that. So we've not broke new lows. Aeroclean did get over that 416 level and needs to. It's broke above the VWAP. It needs to. It's come back and tested it. It needs to start moving back up now. So we need a new candle to make a new high. It needs back above that 416 level. ATXI is the one at the moment. Oh, GMRE. That's just snapped up. $9. Low volume though, so I can't really. Tesla breaking highs up at 252s. So those of you that are watching Tesla, 252 for Tesla for just breaking high of day, breaking pre-market highs there. Pre-market high was what, 252.20. This went up to 253, just shy of 253. Well, it actually did tap 253 on the ask. So that's Tesla. Back up to ATXI, it's kind of down at the lows. Aeroclean did hold the VWAP, and we went on and broke that resistance level. So now we're looking at the $0.25. I want to see something moving really well though, because none of these, whilst they're moving up, I wouldn't say the parabolic movers. They're not showing huge strength in terms of the move up. They broke the VWAP. They keep coming back to test the VWAP, so it's a bit choppy right now. I've got $2.5 grand in the bank as I sit here, so I don't want to be risking that on a half-assed, half-baked move. I'd rather wait for the proper setups. Well, let me have a look at things. Yeah, that looks done to me. right now. It's breaking lows. It's almost going red on the day. It's down at 670s. So if it breaks 650, you're going to have to wait for a potential turnaround, red to green move even. But it's breaking lows. So I'll show you that. Well, actually, why am I talking about it when I can show it to you? I'm not in a trade. So this is finger motion. Moved really well the last couple of days. And particularly after hours yesterday, I should have just held it and got out before the after hours session finished. But I mean, even if it gets back above $7 for signs of a reversal, maybe look for that reversal on. I wouldn't trade it on the 1 minute. I'd look for signs of a reversal on the higher time frame, maybe the 5, 10, or 15-minute chart, and then look for a move up. But you want good volume. What you're seeing is the volume's dying out as well. It's selling off and the volume's dying out. That suggests weakness. If they still had good volume and it was a bit volatile, then chance of a turnaround. But the fact that volume's dying out and it's selling off is not a good sign. So yeah, Alex, I wouldn't trade that right now. So again, Euroclean is very choppy. This 416 pre-market level, it's not the pre-market high. It was a resistance level coming into the open. It's just chopping around above the VWAP. It's tapped the VWAP, broke the VWAP, then it's tapped it 1, 2, 3, 4 times already. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's looking really strong. If it breaks the $0.25, it could be of interest. I'm looking at 450 is really the magic level on the 5 minute. Look at this on the 5 minute. You can see 450 is the magic level. Pre-market high of 506, or post-market high yesterday. But yeah, looking at 450 was the pre-market key resistance level. So Euroclean might show a bit of a trend, but right now it's very choppy. It's a bit risky, I would say, to trade. Be careful. If you want to trade this, I mean, looking for VWAP bounces could be a good, just getting in, scalping VWAP bounces if you're a scalper. When it comes down and taps the VWAP, get in with minimal risk. Then as it moves back up, take 10, 15 cents at a time. That could be worthwhile strategy, but I personally will wait for a better move. What did Raw Medical do? So finger motion's just gone red on the day. I did say it was tapping that red line, so it's just gone red. So Raw Medical is below the VWAP, so not really trading that either. Inbot, any bricks below the VWAP? No. Red up on low volume, can't trade that. So what we're doing, we're 10 minutes in, 12 minutes into the market. There's nothing really jumping off the page at me right now to say this is where we're going to make thousands. Yeah, even Invitae is not really jumping off the page for me. I've seen that one. It's up at 770s. Munivant is the company name, but I couldn't see a catalyst when I looked at it earlier. When it popped up earlier, I just couldn't see a catalyst. It was. Let's see if there's anything dropped since. Yeah, so it's the company announced pricing of a 75 million underwritten offering of common stock. That's why that's moving up. So that dropped just before the about an hour ago. So go figure. 42.2 million, 42.3 million, just shy of 42.3 million on the float. So the S&P 500 breaking highs. So the market's breaking. Look at the Russell index. Out of sight. This is the Russell index. This is the low float index, a low cap index. And we've got the Nasdaq that peaked up at 280 and 50 cents. It's trying to make a move back up again. S&P 500 breaking highs. So we're up there at 37460s now. S&P 500. So the markets are looking bullish. That's 2.2% up on the day. Russell is 2.9% up on the day. The Nasdaq's 2.4% up on the day. Even the Dow Jones Industrial is 2% up on the day. So yeah, we've got bullish momentum on the markets. We're just not seeing that transfer into the individual stocks that make up those markets at the moment. That's not saying that that's not going to happen. We're only 15 minutes into the market open, so there's plenty. Bed Bath and Beyond, is it making another play? Is it? So Bed Bath and Beyond up at 630s. It gapped up slightly on the day. It's 5% up on the day. It's not filling me with a great deal of confidence, but it's up. So if you're holding bags from last month or whenever it moved up, August I think it was when it moved up, if you're holding bags, is it going to get back up to $20? No, I don't think so, but it might get back up towards 7, 8 if it continues the momentum. It's not based on what the kind of volume I've seen Bed Bath and Beyond trading previously. This is not, it's not great volume. Just bear that in mind. It's relatively speaking, it's not great volume. It's 6% up on the day, so it's not even making the scanners yet. Aeroclean, is it still moving up? Yeah, it's choppy though. So this is the thing. It's moving up. It's moving steady. It's a nice upwards channel. These upwards channels, I'm always wary of them because they typically will break down with big volume and big force. But yeah, it's looking reasonable. I prefer to trade smaller floats, Mustafa. So I don't really have a limit. It depends on the action and the stock. But I typically would like to see under 100 million in the float for a stock that I'm going to be trading intraday. Ideally, I want to see it less than 10 million. But I'll trade less than 100 million, not a problem. But ideally, you're going to get bigger volatile moves if the stock is trading with less than 10 million in the float. So when you get the volume comes in on a sub 10 million float stock, that's when you get huge volatility. So 430, 450 is the big number here. It's as I said, pre-market 450s were where the VWAP was after the move up, and that's where we got the support and resistance at 450. So it's tapping 430 now. The candles are getting smaller. The ATR is getting smaller. It's 9 cents now. The ATR. The range is getting smaller. It's now as opposed to an upwards channel. It's an upwards triangle. That's error clean. Anybody seeing anything moving? We do. If you like a mid-sized float, a mid-cap stock, sorry, Bidu, moving up nicely. Up at 123s, it's currently 3.5% up on the day, but it's moving up nicely. Bidu, however you want to pronounce it. Whatever flavor you're having today. I'm going to go back to ATXI for maybe a bounce and a move upwards. No, that's not looking great. Possibly an inverse cup and handle there. There's your cup, there's your handle. Move downwards. Yeah. Let's have a look at Aeroclean. Oh, there you go. So the upwards triangle, I did say typically break downwards, and that just did. That dropped a whole 25 cents. Oh, look, finger motion is selling off. It's now 10% down on the day. And it's on the short sale restrictions list as well, so you can't short finger motion. If you wanted to short it, you can't short it on the down tick. You have to short it on the up tick, which makes it a whole different ball game. It's the pen in the hole when it's like that. I'll take a look at it for you, Lungtera. So this is Credit Suisse. Now, there's been a lot of rumors about the sustainability of the balance sheet of Credit Suisse over the last, I would say last week, in fact, probably the last, 5-10 days, and they may well be in a lot of trouble. So try not to get involved with this one long term, just in case they are. But it's having a bit of a bounce today. Gap down last week when the rumors started unfolding that they were in trouble as an investment bank, and now we're the range isn't great though. It's only a 2 cent. The ATR is 2 cents. So what are you hoping to get? What kind of move are you hoping to get? But if it keeps moving up, good luck. Right, Aeroclean, are you making a comeback? Oh, it needs to get over. So I don't fancy this being a head and shoulders either. So it's rejected at 23. Needs to get over 23. Needs to get over 450 for me. Like I've been saying, that's the pre-market consolidation level there. So potential head and shoulders here, which are usually very reliable. One of the most reliable day trading patterns that you can do. In fact, not just day trading. If you see a head and shoulders formation, regardless of the time frame, if it's just be very wary if you're in a long with it, and probably take some profits or just get out your position if you can. If you see an inverse head and shoulders, then be careful if you're short on it. Same kind of scenario. Head and shoulders are bearish, inverse head and shoulders bullish, and I'm seeing a bit of a head and shoulders here. So I saw the triangle, ascending triangle that was bearish, that failed. So now we're going for head and shoulders, also another bearish pattern. So I'm not overly convinced that we're going to get above 430 on this one. Not just yet anyway. We're seeing some good movers now, but they're on low volume. So AUTL, for example, is moving up, but very low volume. Can't trade it. You know, less than 5,000 shares a minute, 2,500 shares a minute. You can't trade that. It's just too dangerous. Likewise, Pulse. So Pulse Bioscience. This has moved up now 20%, but there's only 212,000 shares being traded today, so the volume's too low. We had a big volume spike here, like 50,000. Everything else is under 30,000 shares a minute, that is. So yeah, but like I said, the 15-cent range, it's moving up nicely, but Lay's is at 250s. So I'm not risking my gains on the down. Made $2,500 pre-market. A lot of you watched that to start off with. So I'm not risking that on a half-baked setup. And right now, that's what I'm seeing. We're getting a bit of a flat top forming with IMVT. It's a bit of an ascending wedge into a flat top. That's bullish. And typically they break upwards. So what is the flat top? Currently 819. You've got the $0.25 right after it, which is a psychological level. But 819 is currently the high of day is 819. So we're going to flat top at just under 820. It's coiling under 820. So maybe get a 10-cent move out of that, given that the ATR is 14 cents. If that breaks that 820 level. And that's what I'm just saying, Alex. If it breaks above 820, that flat top at just under 820 right now, coiling just under 820. So possibly a 10-cent move. Look for a 10-cent move. If it goes beyond that, then obviously ride it up, but I'm not convinced. Clean up at 430, just broke 430, finally. So Clean just broke 430 and rejected. So I did say this was a head and shoulders, but well, that's the chow chow snoring. If we get volume, continuation of this volume, and it gets above 450, I might trade Clean. But right now, I'm not seeing anything for me to trade with the right volume, the right setups, and there's no point taking a setup just because it's moving in upwards direction. You want the best setups. You want to give yourself that edge so that you're going to get the continuation. And with Clean, it's very choppy. The range. 9 cents on the ATR. It looks a lot bigger than it is because we've got 410 here and 430. This is like 20 cents. But the candles are very choppy. So just be careful, guys. Manage your risk accordingly. Look at what kind of range you're getting on the candles. Make sure that you give yourself the best chance for a breakout. Clean is moving up nicely, but I'll wait. We're half an hour in. I've got half an hour left of the stream. I commit to streaming the first hour of the Open. Microsoft breaking highs. Let's have a quick look at Microsoft. I do like showing the some of these S&P stocks, because if you're like me, you do have long-term holdings, and you do have positions in some of these larger companies. When they've been breaking lows the way that they have been, and you're seeing your retirement pension fund being depleted, it can get disheartening. So when you actually see it moving upwards like this, it gives you a little bit of hope that all is not lost. And to be fair, I really don't give a rat's monkey's butt or whatever about the bear market in the long term for my retirement, because I know that these companies are going to come good in the long term. So and that's it. When you make sure, if you're thinking about holding something long, a position in the long term, do your due diligence. Do your make sure that you believe that it's going to be resistant to any kind of macroeconomic conditions. It's in the long term, it's going to consistently make those gains, like a Microsoft, like an Amazon, like a Procter and Gamble. Well, I just added, Jimmy, I just added Amazon to my portfolio the other month just after the stock split. I just thought I wanted to get in on Amazon because so my previous position before I started getting involved in the finance market, before I started getting involved in trading, my previous position was in the tech sector. So I know the tech sector very well. So that's where the majority of my my long-term holdings are. I mean, I follow Warren Buffett's advice in invest in what you know, and I know the tech sector. So I just recently, I've got Microsoft, I've got AMD, I've got I've got Nvidia in the same bucket. I just added Amazon. And people think Amazon are a logistics company, they're online shopping, and they're not. They're a data company, they're an information company. Just so you know, Amazon are the single largest storage, by a long way, the largest data storage provider in the world today. And far and above the likes of EMC and IBM and the rest. Well, I don't trade Forex for that reason, trading beginner. I just find Forex is a mug's game. I know some people make bank on it, but I tried Forex and I just couldn't get my head around it. I kind of lost every single time with Forex. So the markets are just bullish as hell. This is the Nasdaq. The Russell. Russell is out of sight right now. It's 3.6% up on the day. There's the S&P 500. Breaking highs up at 370s, 377s nearly. Dow Jones Industrial over 302s. So, yeah, the market's bullish as hell right now. Having a nice green day. I'm just waiting for one more stock to come out and give me the sign. And this might be it. Or not. No. This is stock split. Or is this genuinely down that much? It's got to be a stock split. Can't be down that much. From $150 down to like $10. It's got to be a stock split. On Biohaven. Tell me that this is a stock split. No, it's not a stock split. So the reason fell is that Biohaven's ALS drug fails to meet study endpoint, second therapy to fail trials in recent months. So, yes. That's painful. This is down 17. It must be a stock split. That can't be right. That's weird. Just 64.5 million float. No real short interest. No, it's kind of 7%. It's down 94%. That says. It's down more than 94% if that's right. If my charts are right, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, have a look at the Marathon Digital. It's up there, nice. Nearly 15% up on the day now. Usually fairly reliable when they're moving like this are the well, do you know what? I think I might just call it for the first session. $2,500 is not a bad. It's not a bad green day. $2,500. We'll take the dog for her walk and come back later. I think. I'll carry on checking CHPT. Let's have a look. Get the signals of seemingly getting the spikes. Charge point. Oh, it's the EV space, I believe. Breaking highs. Where's the parabolic movers though? I don't mind getting in on trading something like this, but I prefer the parabolic movers where you can get the quick gains, get in, get out, finish your day early. Aeroclean's been moving up steady for the last while, Alex. So Aeroclean, let's go back to the watch list. The ATXI sold off. That's way down now. But Aeroclean, this very choppy here. Move up, kind of consolidating. I did say, based on the 5-minute chart, that the 450 is the key level. That's the resistance level it found pre-market when it was consolidating. I've been saying this all morning that if Aeroclean can break the VWAP and get up to 450, I might be interested. It's trying to test that. Now Aeroclean has it. Go back to June, it can move big intraday. Well, ATXI, a small green day is a good green day, Captain. Any green day is a good day as long as you're making profits. We're getting some good movers, good volume now, but they're not lighting up the table for me. AVCT. Now that's moved up well. So this is American Virtual and 250s. If you like these low price stocks, I won't be trading it, but if you like these low price stocks, yesterday's high was 264. We're not too far off that. This is now 6% up on the day, but it's one of the big movers right now in terms of current momentum. MRVI. Oh, look at that. That is textbook double bottom. So a good entry here would have been around $21. Potentially could still get something off this, but that is a textbook double bottom on Maraval's Life Science. I certainly wouldn't have had any problems getting in at 21 and riding it for a whole dollar. Just going to see why it sold off in the first place. Up at $25 yesterday. Right, okay. Yesterday, after hours, they announced CEO leadership transition, and the market didn't take too nicely to it. Well, that's why it sold off. But if he's been talking, maybe things are turning around. What's the data on this one? It's a little bit larger. It's 89 million in the float. But I just like that pattern. This is Maraval Life Science, so MRVI is the ticker. Feel free. Manage your risk. Do your own due diligence. Do your own research. Aeroclean, top mover, Nocera's kind of just broke $2, but that'll disappear when it goes back underneath, if it goes back under $2. But this is probably the top momentum stock is Aeroclean. It's just not volatile enough for me. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for good volume and I'm looking for good volatility. And if I can get both, it creates opportunities. The problem is right now with Aeroclean, I'm getting, there's a little bit of, you know, decent volume, but the volatility, while it's making gains and trending upwards, it's not that volatile in terms of the moves. I mean, 7 cents is the average true range. So realistically, if you're setting your stop, you've been looking for a 7 cent target or maybe a 14 cent target or whatever, and a 7 cent risk. It's we'll see how it transpires the rest of the day. These it might be one of those slow burners. Well, I think I'm just going to walk the dog for the rest of the well, for the rest of the day, for an hour or so, and come back a little bit later. Hopefully, we'll get some good movers, maybe some good news. If we get some good news drops, that really would help us out, introduce a bit of volatility. Let's see what we've got. Hang on a minute. If you want to learn how to trade, you can join us on the Day Trade with Tony community. You can join us. What I'll do is I'll just show you this. You can join us on the Day Trade with Tony community. That's this one here. And if you are on YouTube, it's these links are in the description. If you're on TikTok, these links are in the link tree. So you just go to my profile and you'll see the Linktree, the TikTok trader, Linktree/TikTok trader, because I am the TikTok trader. On the Linktree, you've got all my socials here. So if you want to reach out to me directly, you can email me. You can reach me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. If you want, what I would say to anybody, and this is if you're on YouTube and you haven't done this yet, make sure you've hit the thumbs up button, by the way. If you've not subscribed to me, I do the trade recaps every day that I've been trading and show the trades in real time in most cases, unless it takes a long period, and then I'll just talk through it. If you've not registered for the World Series of Day Trading, my first, how do we work out the average true range, Alistair? I use the average true range indicator. So because I know you use Dash Trader, so on the volume, in the volume section on the volume histogram, you go into study config and add ATI, the average true range. So Aeroclean just made a breakout while I'm talking about this, but then it's just sold off again as well. So it spiked up and then sold off heavy. But anyway, if you've not registered for the World Series of Day Trading, I'm asking you now why. It's free to do it. Okay, you come in on my channel, watching me trade. You're probably going on other people's channels when I've done it afterwards, watching them trade. Try it for yourself. It's free. Check out this link. It's a competition. There's over $50,000 to be won in the competition. Top 100 places hit the prize pool. It takes place from the 18th to the 25th of October. The rules are very simple. You'll be given a simulator account with $240,000 balance. You have to trade during the day, intraday. There's no overnight positions. You have a maximum drawdown of $10,000. So at any point during the 7 trading days, your balance reaches $230,000. You're eliminated from the competition. Over 7 days, you have to trade at least 4 days. And if you trade 4 days, and you're in the top 100 in terms of profit, you'll win one of the prizes, and some really good prizes as well, including the potential to get fully funded by a prop firm, trading for a prop firm. So if you want to do trading for a living, this could be an opportunity to prove yourself and get fully funded by a prop firm. Any questions about that, just let me know. Otherwise, just click the link in the description or in the link tree and check that out. It's, I'd say, it's free to enter. If you've not entered the World Series of Day Trading yet, why not? Go and do it. Go and do it now. You know you want to. If you don't know how to trade, and you think it'd just be a waste of time on that, then come and join us. The World Series of Day Trading can wait. Come and join us, Day Trade with Tony. If you want to learn how to trade, I'm teaching people myself. So this is my course that not only is it a great course for beginners, there's no fancy jargon, it's all lay terms, and it's the full syllabus is here. It's the second link in the link tree, second link in the description. Check it out. If you're on YouTube, you can watch the first chapter. Chapter 1, the introduction to trading. There's a video on YouTube right now. You can watch that for free. If you like that, it's just like drugs. The first hit's free, but the rest you have to pay for, unfortunately. And you know, you come back. This is a full section. This is a full syllabus. Check it out. It's more than worthwhile. The people that have taken the course already are already giving me great feedback. But you get access to the private Discord as well, where we're constantly calling out what we're seeing throughout the day, not just while I'm on stream. So you'll see the patterns as they're being called out. You'll get personal mentorship from myself, and you'll get the education and the know-how to understand what I do and the methodologies I use every single day to be profitable. I'm not giving any guarantees of profitability simply because not everybody's geared up or hardwired to be able to trade. Certainly not profitably anyway. It's down to you. The emotional and psychological elements are all down to you. Why learn from me though? Well, I'm a profitable trader. I'm one of the small percentage of consistently profitable traders. If you scroll down on this page, you'll see my 6 months of my trader view statistics and 6 months of my broker reports that show just how profitable I am. So what does that mean? Well, what is TraderView? This is TraderView. If you go to the link, the link here, which is the fourth one down, is TraderView. It's a journal for logging and journaling and analyzing your trades, so you can actually improve your performance. And if you go in that, this is my currently reports section here, and I'll do it for 1st of October, so we can see where we are on the month. We've done one trading day on the month, so actually I'll probably do it for the year, so you get a better feel for it. We had 100% record yesterday, but if I look at for the year, we'll plug it into the detailed analysis. You can see here that we've started October yesterday, $6,000. We did 55,000 in September. We had 3 of my best ever trading month in August. 2 really good months before that. January started really well as well this year. But you can see it's not all, you know, roses and daffodils. Trading is difficult. It really is. So you need to learn how. My performance is not typical. Most people lose money long term. So I just caveat that with you. Unless you learn and practice in a simulator first, get consistent in a simulator before you put real money on the line, you're not going to get results like this. Okay, my results are my trade accuracy helps me out because I'm doing about a little better than 2 to 1. So for every losing trade I take, I have 2 winners, and that's what it's been like over the course of the year. In terms of risk versus reward, for every $1,000 that I make, I lose $500. So it helps me with the overall goal. So in terms of the statistics, 939, just shy of 940. I'll put the 2,500 on that as well. So it'll be over 940,000 on the year. My average daily goal currently is just over 5,000. So that's going to get us to the 7-figure goal. Okay. So it helps if you have a consistency, and my consistency above $5,000 it really does help me project that I'm going to have a 7-figure net year. So I could have a catastrophe and then have 3 losing months. I've not had officially not had a red month yet, even though I actually have. If I go back to the days and times, you'll see here that in May I only made $2,000 in May. However, that's gross. After transaction fees and charges, I was actually significantly down in May. I lost about $15,000. Well, no, $12,000 I think it was in May in total. So not ideal, but the 3 months since then plus September, I only traded half a month in September, I've been more than made up with that. So somebody was asking earlier, how do I find stocks to trade? How do I know when it's breaking out? How do I know why it's breaking out? So what it's moving, how much it's moving? I use Benzinga. This is the third link down in the description, third link in the link tree. Check it out for free. Go check out Benzinga. I do get a kickback if you use my code or you use my my link. They're an affiliate partner to keep this channel going, but don't pay full price. Benzinga full price, it can be quite expensive. Come back, use this code DTWT, Day Trade with Tony 35, and you get 35% off. If you do decide that you like Benzinga, but go through, click the link. Check it out. You don't need a credit card or anything like that to check it out for 14 days. For 2 weeks, you can. I've got it says go to the platform because I'm already logged in here. But here where it says go to the platform, you'll see try it free, free trial or whatever it is. So Benzinga. If what I'll do is actually I'll show you what Benzinga looks like. Okay. For those of you that are wondering what Benzinga looks like on my desktop, this is what my laptop desktop looks like every single day, or it will do when okay, so this is what I'm watching in terms of the scanners every single day when I'm trading. So I'll just get rid of this here and I'll put these up again. So this is what you're effectively looking at what my desktop looks like now. And this one as well. So this is what my desktop looks like on any given day. Okay, so you can see here that I'm doing these gap scanner, momentum scanner, surging scanners, volume scanners. Here down here I've got the signals. I've got rolling news as it's breaking. So you can see what's going on here. In terms of what my desktop, what I'm looking at on my desktop. So that's what my Benzinga looks like and where I'm getting my details in real time. I say the spikes, the signals, the news, the scanners. I've got 4 scanners at any one time up at the top, plus the signals and the news. And then if I want to get something else, if I click on something, I just click, for example, I want to click on Aeroclean here. It will open up okay, I just need to refresh that anyway. But if I click on something, it will open up the ticker and give me all the details I need to know. So that's essentially what I'm looking at. What else? I think that's it. Oh yeah, the platform, Dash Trader. I'm using the OEM version of Dash Trader from Capital Markets, which is Traders Elite Pro, but it's just Dash Trader. So if you want to use Dash Trader, you can actually subscribe into Dash Trader if you're TD Ameritrade, Interactive Brokers. There's a whole bunch of brokers that they'll provide you with an API where you can actually use Dash Trader with that broker. It's one of the better direct access softwares, along with Sterling Trader and TC2000, etc., etc. But that's trading. That's the platform that I use. Okay. I think that's about it. So with that being said, I will bid you all. I will bid you all a very happy afternoon, and I will see you again tomorrow. I'll be watching football tonight, so no Power Hour show, and I will see you all tomorrow, 90 minutes before the market opens. So that'll be 8 o'clock market time. It'll also be 1 p.m. my time here in Dublin, and I will hopefully see you all there. Thanks a lot for joining, guys. Really appreciate it.